When astronomers first logged 3I Atlas into the July 2025 interstellar observation list, almost nobody paid attention. "Just another wandering rock," they said. The third known interstellar visitor after Oumuamua and Borisov. Interesting, sure, but nothing world-shattering. It was supposed to drift past the sun, sling around, and vanish forever into the cold dark. No one imagined it would become the most unsettling astronomical discovery in human history. But then the James Webb Space Telescope locked eyes on it. And everything changed. 3I Atlas wasn't reflecting sunlight like a comet. It was glowing from within. Not randomly, rhythmically, like breath, like pulse, like something alive preserving heat deep under a shell of rock and metal. At first it was only a curiosity, a blip in the data that got graduate students excited and senior scientists annoyed. But the glow didn't fade. It strengthened. It pulsed. And soon it began doing things no natural object has ever done. It began to respond. Brightness increased beyond prediction. Internal heat rose at a perfect 4-hour interval. The rhythm never drifted by even a second. When Webb's NIR spec captured its thermal signature, one thing became undeniable. This wasn't surface warming. The heat source was internal. Self-generated. Something inside 3I Atlas was turning on like an engine. One researcher joked that it looked like a heartbeat. Nobody laughed. Radio telescopes pointed toward it, half expecting silence. Instead they received a narrow-band pulse, faint but intentional, repeating with the same 4-hour cycle as the thermal spikes. Skeptics blamed interference. Days passed. The signal didn't disappear. It evolved. Slight modulations appeared. Patterns that shifted with solar wind pressure as if reacting, adjusting, learning. Fourier transforms revealed a stable carrier wave, cleaner than any natural cosmic emitter. A machine signature, some whispered. As a test, SETI transmitted a short mathematical message. Primes, atomic numbers, constants. They expected nothing. Instead, 72 hours later, 3I Atlas replied. Imperfect. Warped. Delayed. But a reply nonetheless. And timed to the second. If something heard us, something chose to answer. Then came the first maneuver. August 18th. Webb detected a sudden flare, a 40% surge in brightness like a silent ignition flash. Hours later, trajectory readings shifted. Not by accident. Not by outgassing. The vector curve bent toward the inner solar system. Toward us. Comets don't steer. Asteroids don't course correct. 3I Atlas did. Spectroscopic analysis only deepened the nightmare. Common volatiles existed, water ice, carbon dioxide, but overlaid with unnatural absorption lines, signatures of engineered alloys and quantum-grade metamaterials. These weren't rocks. They were components. Some wavelengths matched stealth composites used in top-secret aerospace projects. Others resembled theoretical light-bending structures designed only in simulation. The conclusion became inescapable. 3I Atlas is built. Designed. Manufactured. Not a comet. A construct. A living machine. Passive resonance mapping found something else. The entire body vibrated like a cavity. Every 4 hours a low sound rippled across microwave bands. When reversed and slowed, the waveform resembled protophonetic patterns, language-like, primitive yet structured. As if something inside was trying to mimic us, searching for a voice. Then came the spiral. Webb's mid-infrared imaging revealed a rotating internal structure, perfectly symmetrical, maintaining axis stability independent of spin. It followed the golden ratio recursively, like DNA, like galaxies, like seashells, but never before seen in a manufactured device. That's when theories change. People stopped calling it a probe. They started calling it embryonic. Or worse, hibernating. Days later, a section of its surface moved. A rectangular panel slid open, cleanly, mechanically, exposing a dark hollow like a chamber or a hatch. It faced Earth. It stayed open. Inside, a second pulse began, slower, heavier. Another heartbeat. Another presence? Synthetic biopolymers were detected in trace emission, nearly DNA analogs, lab-grown organic tech hybrids. Not alive like an organism, not dead like a machine. Something in between. Programmable flesh. Living circuitry. 3I Atlas blurred biology and engineering. It wasn't just built. It was grown. Ancient trajectory correlations added fuel to fear. Geometric alignments on Earth, Mars, and Europa, pyramids, Nazca, Martian mesa lines, matched Atlas's flight path vectors with absurd precision. As if someone wanted those structures to point to its return. Not first arrival, return. Has it been here before? A new experiment was launched. Chime sent broadband silence, an invitation for echo. For 6 seconds Atlas devoured every frequency, reflecting nothing. On the 7th, it emitted a signature identical to the 1977 WOW signal, humanity's most mysterious radio reception. Meaning either it captured the signal then and stored it, or it sent the signal in the first place. What we assumed was a message from space might have been a message waiting to come back. Then CERN's harmonic analysis uncovered something terrifying. When studied too closely, the signal shifted, like an intelligent thing hiding its internal logic from prying eyes. The moment became known quietly among scientists as the veil. Not only was the object aware of observation, it controlled what we could perceive. Its origin should have taken 500,000 years of travel time. But its lack of deceleration suggested manipulation of time itself, dilation, warping, slipping through space-time instead of crossing it. A temporal voyager, not just spatial. A memory from the past. Or a scout from the future. A digital artist later converted resonance data into a 3D structure. The output revealed a symmetrical elongated face like geometry, repeating fractally, identity encoded in frequency. Not human. Not animal. Something other. Yet it watched like it understood being watched. Webb then found the strangest feature of all, a light trap core. Light entered but never escaped. Internal mass density implied space inside was larger than the exterior, like a compressed archive or vault of consciousness. A library of civilizations. A seed. A sleeper. Waiting for a trigger. Maybe we were that trigger. Now 3I Atlas glides silently past Mars, its open cavity still aimed at Earth, signals drumming like a heart trying to sync with another. We stare at it with telescopes and instruments, but maybe it stares back with something deeper, memory, intention, recognition. Maybe we were never alone. Maybe we were never meant to be. Because if this thing is returning, if its pulse is waking, if its course curves just slightly more toward us, then the question isn't what it is. The question is, what happens when it arrives? And if we have already been seen, acknowledged, answered, then humanity's greatest discovery is not that life exists in the universe, but that it remembers us. Tell me, do you think 3I Atlas is alive, or is it waiting?